If we didn't have the lead, then I believe we would have seen more numbers, more stats from Josh. We would have seen the more aggressive Josh, but we seen the in control Josh Allen, and I think he did what he's supposed to do to lead his team amidst some adversity, but he still did what he was supposed to do to show that he had that MVP quality in him and to get the Bills over the hump.
Bill stuck with the ground game, Stevie, even when it wasn't working.
Yeah, you know what, and I like that. I really love that. Even as a receiver, I know people don't want to hear a receiver talking about running the ball, but from this standpoint, you have to run the ball, especially at this point of the season. Let's hear what Josh got to say about it first.
You got it, Stevie.
It's a chance to go out there and play. And we made a play there at the end. I'm just so proud of our guys.
Lamar's pretty incredible. There were a number of times where it looks like that Bills defensive line was going to contain him and get him down.
Yeah, indeed, Kev. You know, Lamar Jackson, he's a special talent since he was a high school player making plays all the way to college being a Heisman and obviously an MVP in the NFL. So Lamar Jackson's a special player. You can only hope to contain him also. That's why I'm so proud of this Buffalo Bills defense, because we just spoke about Derrick Henry, who's a phenomenal athlete. We talk about Lamar Jackson, another phenomenal athlete, and we held those guys under 100 yards in rushing. So that was huge for us, and to get them out of the playoffs, another big win, a monumental moment for the Bills Mafia, not to mention being at home. So big props to the Bills Mafia and the fan base for doing what you guys did to put that extra pressure on the Ravens, and we see what happened.
Overall, the defense, Stevie, we've talked about it, but now you move on from Lamar Jackson to Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, yeah, you learn from all other scars. You never want that feeling again, yes. But every season is different. Every season is drastically different. We take our wins, we take our losses to the chin, and we keep it pushing. You know, every mistake, every L, we learn from it, and and we just keep it pushing.
Like the perfect way to end the year at Highmark Stadium with a raucous crowd and a nice win in the playoffs.
It's interesting, Kevin. I actually went away from my normal trend of going down to the tunnel in the locker room with about 5 minutes left in the game. I was so into what was happening here.
The Super Bowl, Stevie, we've been saying it all along, right?
Is there any doubt? Come on now, it's gonna be a great game, but I don't have no doubt in my mind that the Buffalo Bills are going to come out and win this game against the Kansas City Chiefs for the second time this year. But I would like to name out some other guys like Ray Davis. He came from a concussion, came back this week and scored a touchdown. He added to the points. I want to say Tyler Bass, making that 51-yard field goal in the elements. That was amazing. That was a huge kick. Then making the extra point. Those aren't to be looked over either. And we seen what happened. We won by 2 points. And I just want to give props to Bass on kicking, like you guys spoke on. And shout out to Ray Davis. Also, Taron Johnson, man, I see he had another injury. He's a warrior. There's a lot of guys that we can say good job to, man. Proud of everybody on that team, to be honest. The Kansas City Chiefs having a Derrick Henry type player, to where you see one guy bulldozing, but they have gadgets and they know how to keep plays alive. So if we continue to be disruptive, I think that's going to play into the Buffalo Bills' hands. And as far as Super Bowl go, I knew it was something special when I signed on with Spectrum in the Buffalo end zone. It was meant to be. So I just felt the vibes, and as long as the boys keep doing their thing, they're gonna keep making us look good.
Stevie joined the team. That's all we needed the last few years, right? No offense to Fred Jackson. We love Fred Jackson. But now Stevie's here. Andy, no definitely. Derrick Henry type of running back on the Chiefs. I don't want to say it makes it easier, but that's one less thing to deal with for this Bills defense.
Before we go off to Kansas City, I want to give a big shout out to the Bills Mafia, big shout out to Orchard Park, everybody in Buffalo. The Bills went 10-0 at home. Come on now, that's something so special, and so I just wanted to acknowledge that. I'll definitely go light up my sweet victory cigar for that, man. 10 wins at home, unscathed. That's impressive. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills. On to the Kansas City Chiefs. Be disruptive, have fun, compete, learn from the lessons. You guys already took them down. Compete versus Kelsey, I'm going to say, because he's one of their main guys between Patton and Kelsey. Amazing in the playoffs. So we know what we need to do with Matt Milano, Terrell Bernard. Be collective, be a group, and go against these Chiefs. We took them down before. We can do it again. I'm looking forward to it.
I think there is a big chunk of NFL fans across the country that are pulling for the Bills to knock off the Chiefs in the AFC Championship moving forward. So Bills Mafia, Western New York, I think outside of Kansas City, I think there's a lot behind the Bills going into this AFC Championship. For Stevie Johnson and Andy Young, I'm Kevin Carroll. As always, thanks for joining us, everyone.